morning, my peeps. Today is the last week of summer school, so I need to start getting my room ready for the school year. I'm going to rearrange a few things and set up a new art wall. Those are my main focuses, and then just getting lessons ready for August. We go back officially on August 8th, I think, and then the 11th is our first full day. So we'll have a half day and then a full day. Our open house is the first Tuesday of August. So I don't have much time, but I'm really not changing much, so it should be fine. But I wanted to kind of take you guys along this week. And again, I'm not changing a whole lot, but maybe this will be helpful. Alright, so here's my classroom so far. A lot of stuff is still out and all over the place because I'm organizing and getting everything ready. So I have our birthday thing up. It's our snack area. We need to get a tablecloth. This is our science, geography, history. And then you go into language. So all three of those shelves are language. Calendar, back door. Then our math area. And then my area of complete and total chaos that I need to work on. So, yay! So this is my wall right outside my classroom. And last year, I made it an art wall, which is the plan this year too, but I want to change how I do it so that I'm not having to constantly take things up and down. Here's the finished wall. I added some black construction paper over the top just to make it look a little bit more professional. And then I added my posters for our famous artist on the top. I hope this works well. We'll see once I actually start using it. But I feel like it'll be better than before. I won't have to sticky tack each individual piece of paper up and down every single week. So I'm hoping it works well. We'll see. So today the name of the game is laminating a bunch of materials for my classroom for August. I need to do advanced animal matching, some solar system cards, and then some fix-it sentences, dictionary cards, and I also need to do text features. So that's quite a bit to laminate. I'm going to laminate today, and then tomorrow when I'm at school, I'm gonna cut it out. I only have 4 or 5 kids tomorrow, and we have extra recess since it's summer, so I'm just gonna knock all that out while I'm at school tomorrow, which is nice. I'll get paid for doing that, but that's the plan for today. business is to make stickers. I'm going to use these Avery ones and use a template on their website to create them. And these are just going to go on the kids' art portfolios. Each page will have a little sticker with which artist we were studying, what month it was, and what their piece is called. So this is Avery.com. It's super simple to use and find. Just Google Avery.com or Google the template number for the type of stickers you got. And then they have a bunch of templates already made. You just double click to edit the text, and it's super easy to do. And this is my favorite way to make really simple stickers. You can also make them with your Cricut, but if you just need a quick and dirty sticker, this works perfectly. Here is the finished product of my stickers. This is enough for all of our projects for the entire school year, so I can go ahead and set up their portfolios. It's pretty simple. It just has the month and the year, the artist, and then the title of the piece of art. Another thing I love is Libib, which is an app, and it's also a website where you can scan in barcodes and then sort all your books. It also lets you check books out to students. So for my early readers and my chapter books, I let students check out books and then take them home. We don't have a library at the school, so it's really, really nice to be able to let them check things out. So you can see here are all of my earliest readers, and then it also lets you add tags. So I have which secret story is in every single early reader, so that I know what cards to grab before they sit down to read to me. So I love that. And then for more advanced books, you can add extra information, which is also very helpful. But it's super easy to use. So let's do this book for an example. So you just flip it over. I want this to be in Africa, so I'm going to go back. They're in alphabetical order, so I'm just going to go to Africa. Less. And I want barcode, books, and then you just have to line it up. It's going to search for it, and then if it's successful, it automatically adds it with all the information already inputted, which is amazing. It takes very little effort to have it set up. And you can see I have all the information you could want on it, and if you want to add tags, for example, the secret stories, you can quite easily. Favorite app ever. 100%. So this is my finished classroom. I rearranged a little bit, but I didn't change a whole lot. This is where my art goes to dry. That's where I keep my laptops, extra storage. This is the snack area and a little spot for kids to work. Then I have science, geography and cultural, and social studies. And then over here is my kind of group spot, cleanup area, bathroom. And over here is where we have morning meeting. And all of these shelves are my language stuff. And then I added a little mirror up there because I have a blind spot over here if I'm sitting at the small group table. So that way I can see them. Then my little library area. And then this is my math. And yeah, so that's basically my classroom this year. The only thing I changed was this area back here. This table was over there, and that table was over there, and that shelf was over there, and it just made it look super crowded. So I changed that around, and now it just kind of opened up the space, which is really great. And yeah, that's my classroom for this year. I'm excited. This is my science shelf. So I have this top shelf is more of like kindergartners. So I have a puzzle, 2 puzzles actually. This one's moon phases though, and then I'm going to make a matching lesson. And then I have layers of Earth and more advanced moon phases, months of the year in seasons, and then Earth's atmosphere. And then I have research pages, even more advanced moon phases, and then a more advanced layers of the Earth, guess in 10. And then these are just papers for parts of animals. This is my social studies shelf. And it's very simple right now because it's the beginning of the school year. So I have eras in time, Alma Thomas, Neil Armstrong timeline, a space timeline, famous artist timeline, timeline game, and then just some different research papers that kids can use. So it's pretty simple at this time of year, but it'll get more advanced as we go on. This is my first language shelf in my language area. So I have chapter books, then I have sandpaper letters, rhyming words, initial matching, so they match objects to letters, a puzzle, and I have some chalkboards for writing. And then down here I have some little alphabet. Can you see? I do each vowel and then I do a review that has all of them. These are one-word books. So they have to be able to do these by themselves before they get to move on to actual reading books. Then I have sight word game, and more advanced, and these are cool. This is matching a sentence to a picture, which is pretty cool. I like that one. And I also have books that match. And then very first readers and missing vowels, which is a great skill. And over here, these are all my early decodables. They're in order and labeled, so it's really easy for the kids to just be able to tell them, go grab a book from blue number 1 or whatever. This is my blends and digraphs shelf. So these got little upsets. These are sentences to pictures. This is matching the picture, clipping the right one, writing some of them, unscrambling. Then you go to digraphs. And most of these all follow kind of the same thing. It's like 3-part cards, and you label it, alphabet. So they're all basically the same. E, and this is on the E clipping. Then my last shelf follows pretty much the same pattern, just with different things. Some of these are numbered in order, and you can just kind of see. So the kids know which number they're on. Makes it easy. This is Find the Missing Vowel Team. Kind of the same concept. And are controlled. And then we get to grammar. This is just sorting nouns. If you use a or an. The last set of really tricky reading rules. Grammar box. Then I have text feature, task cards. And then I have fix the sentence. And then lastly, I have dictionary task cards. So they just have to grab it and then write it down. And that's my language area.